What's up? Good morning, guys. You're going to like this one. I have figured it out. I have figured out the exact reasoning why the burns have not happened yet. And I want to walk everybody through this just so everybody is aware, familiar. I don't think anybody else here on YouTube has done exactly this yet. So bear with me here. So we know now that the last burn was initiated by the dev team 5 days ago. And we're wondering, where is the rest of the shib? Where is this coming? Why is it not happening? All right. So I did some chain analysis. I tracked these wallets and saw where this is all being initiated from. And it's coming from this wallet here, AE 378. All right. You can see currently there's actually 638,000 bone still in this wallet. All right. $50,000 worth of ETH in here. And what has been systematically happening is slowly but surely, we've seen bone swapped over to ETH. All right. So they have, in fact, been selling some of the bone and converting it to ETH. And when you look back, this is actually what happened before they initiated the prior burn. And we followed this same path. Now, obviously, there hasn't been any transactions for 3 days here. So we're waiting. There's $50,000 here that is essentially waiting to be swapped over to SHIB and burned. Now, what I've figured out is the big reason why they have not initiated these burns. And I think it has to do with bone liquidity. Now, this is very interesting. If we look at how much you can actually liquidate in terms of bone right now, there's actually only $650,000 available in these LPs. And this is actually including the amount of bone that's listed in there. So realistically, we're talking $376,000 worth of USDT or USDC or ETH or whatever it is, right? Whatever consists of these liquidity pools on the buy side. That means right now, the amount of bone, the dollar value of bone that is being held by these devs that are waiting to be swapped over to ETH or SHIB or whatever cannot be completely liquidated. All right. Now, I want you guys to bear with me. Now, the reason why they've been doing small burns is to not affect bone price. All right. They might say it's to try to get as much SHIB burned as possible, but it's really so they don't affect their baby bone is kind of what I'm gathering here based on the series of events that have happened in the past. That seems like that is what their main focus is. Just to give you guys kind of an illustration of what I'm talking about right now, if you tried to liquidate 1,000 bone, you get 0.34 ETH. You can see the dollar value on that is pretty close, right? But when you start to move up the ladder here, you start to get more slippage. You can see at $75,000, you actually lose 4% of the value of the bone that you liquidated. And when you get all the way up to $756,000, you have 63% slippage, only $274,000. That is why they're not liquidating right now. It's one, to make sure, obviously, I'm guessing so that they get as much SHIB burned as possible, but two, making sure that this bone chart does not get wrecked. So this price doesn't just crater and go very, very low. Now I have to say this, if they were to do more significant sells and liquidations to get prepared for these burns, the dips would get bought up. And I don't think they get that, right? People love dips. People love opportunity. But the problem is now you've gotten to this point where you have not followed through and you're putting questions in people's minds. And if you had just followed through, people would have been more likely to buy these dips at a higher level, right? That's kind of the point I wanted to make. So right now, they're doing it essentially to protect bone, but probably try to get as much SHIB burned as possible to save face and make appease the community, right? They're essentially waiting for an opportunistic moment to do this. That is what we're stuck waiting on. Hopefully you guys were able to follow this breakdown, but that's what we're experiencing right now. There is some ETH that is ready to be burned. They could do, $50,000 worth of buy on SHIB right now and burn that SHIB, and that'd be awesome. But right now, it's going to take time for this follow through to happen in this regard. There's simply not enough liquidity. And that also leads me to believe that's the big reason why there is this push for, yeah, let's get bone listed on Binance. Yeah, let's get bone listed on Coinbase. Imagine how much liquidity flows in at that point. Imagine what bone price does. It's all a mind game. All right. And unfortunately, they're not being transparent in telling people this. And I think it's for, well, I don't want to get into that in this video. So I appreciate you guys as always. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.